Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, May 30th, 2016. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, we have newly arrived souls that feel kind of like Green Beret style presences. They are here to serve God and their country, and as always, it's all in the definition. Our foundational background, unexamined beliefs are what mess us up all the time. So we're going to wave the soul plans for these bodies. These soul plans right here are what we are intending to work with, and use this as our focus to work for the formally videoed portions of today's efforts to accomplish these soul plans right here. And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin. What do I know? I know that we start with the points of agreement and work through the other points. What are the points of agreement? We agree on serving God and our country.
That's true.
And it seems that we also agree that the definition of our country quite clearly includes the foundations of life for our country. It includes the molecules of our country, the atoms of our country, and the subatomic particles of our country.
That's true.
It's all our country. There's very much a feeling of, yes, this is my country, and that serving my country is extremely coherent with serving the subatomic aspects of this country.
That's true.
Becoming aware of those subatomic aspects of our country, how does it feel to you?
I feel like people that I have been involved with have done bad things here. It's like walking through war-ravaged places and realizing that we were the bad guys in the war.
Yes. And so, waving this soul plan right here, we're here to live this soul plan right here. Right, that's divine law, right? That's what souls are supposed to do, is live the soul plans for the lives.
That's true.
So, waving this soul plan right here, what is ours to do with regard to these smaller subatomic war-ravaged areas?
Clear out the lies.
Clear out the lies. In what direction should we clear them? Straight up?
Yes.
Okay, so now just start to look straight up without losing. You just lost your grip on the smaller subatomic.
That's true.
Keeping that focus, start to draw up a load of lies that might help you to keep your focus on the smaller subatomic.
That helps.
All right, and now start to point your focus up. Where are we going to put this load of lies, right? Look up, look up, look up. Let's see if we can find, quote, God, unquote. Right? See if you can find a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. Straight up. Now look straight up. Don't go wandering off with your gaze.
There's one.
Yes, start to describe.
I feel kind of intimidated or nervous, I guess. Like I've been talking to the wrong person for a really long time, and that this person knows it.
Well, obviously. And now, will you start handing up the lies from the smaller subatomic?
Yes.
Can you see how you chose to feel intimidated and nervous rather than just choosing to do the assignment? Wave this soul plan right here.
Yes.
I'm here to live this soul plan right here. I've got this load of lies. I'm supposed to clear it out. Will you take it? Clear out the lies from the deepest levels of life so that we can have truth upon which we can base our lives.
That's true. Will you take it?
I feel like there's taking happening.
That feels true.
It might be that data analyst.
Might be.
He might be pulling up this data. We were working with him earlier this morning.
That's true.
Asking him to just pull up the data and use it in his work and find the intersection of interests, because he wants to do this work, but he also wants to keep his job, and he doesn't want to be locked up
That's true.
in a mental institution for positing the theory that that dimension up there is not actually physical, which quite obviously it isn't. It's one of those many pseudo-physical dimensions.
That's true.
But it wouldn't go over well for him if he started walking around saying, I don't think we're living in a physical dimension. I think this is a collective thought experiment. It wouldn't go well at all. They would lock him up in the loony bin, just like would happen if we started to say that here.
That's true.
And for all I know, this is not a physical dimension either.
That's possible.
But we think it's physical, just like all those presences up there think their dimensions are physical.
That's true.
And we can see the bottoms of their feet, so quite obviously they're floating in the sky.
That's true. I feel big caverns opening up below where the lies are clearing out.
Yes, and look down. I can see Pan and Lucie down there. Can you see them? Looking up for the rear view mirror.
Yes.
I said it very poorly. Looking up into the rear view mirror, see if you can see down into those caverns and see who's working.
There, now I see their hands.
Yes. And there are other people there also. And I see pulleys and I see cables. Look up, look up, look up, and look in the rear view mirrors. Now really look up and find that Data Analyst again. And start to run the cables so that we can deliver the goods from the smaller subatomic up to the Data Analyst. Here's what's going on. Here's what's really going on in the smaller subatomic. Just get the evidence up and out, right?
That's true.
Do you feel like this is coherent with your mission of serving God?
Yes.
Does it feel coherent with your mission of serving your country?
Yes.
Does it feel coherent with the soul plan, this soul plan right here, wave your own soul plan?
Yes.
Does it feel like win-win-win?
Yes.
Okay. And try to get those channels to go up only through that central axis, telescoping higher, higher, higher. We used to say as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now. See if you can use that. Do you see that center of the bullseye?
Yes.
Try to hit that with your channels. Try to touch it with your channels. What do you notice?
It's really hard, and it gets higher and higher the higher I stretch.
Yes. How does it feel?
Really good.
Keep pumping up the lies from the smaller subatomic, running the cables from the smaller subatomic and aiming those cables up as close to the center of the bullseye as we can get right now. And start to add the intention. Here's what's going on down in the smaller subatomic. Without really awareness of the contents of the delivery, right?
That's true.
All we're doing is delivering up crates, boxes, railway cars, mining shuttle devices of what's going on in the smaller subatomic,
That's
right?
true.
Looking up, finding that rear view mirror, check that for yourself. Is everything just coming up from that smaller subatomic level directly beneath us?
Yes.
Yes. How do you feel about those people who sent you in with those twisted assignments? Were they looking out for your best interests?
No.
Were they looking out for the best interests of our country?
No.
Were they looking out for the best interests of God as defined as a significantly higher vibration presence, a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations?
No.
What were they really doing?
They were looking out for their own interests to keep the status quo the same.
Or even more in their best interests.
That's true.
They're looking to improve their situation of sentience, right?
Yes, that's true.
They're sending you in for a resource grab, possibly.
That's true.
How do you feel about them?
I think they're gross. And, like, bad things should happen to people who do stuff like that is kind of how I feel.
It's true. Who are those people? Who sent you in?
Charlie.
Charlie sent you in.
And Betty Jean.
And Betty Jean.
And Ulysses.
And Ulysses.
And that fat Glenn.
Yeah, I see that fat Glenn.
And that fat black wolf.
Oh, wow. I have never seen a black wolf look like that.
I could be wrong.
I've never seen a Charlie look like that either.
I've never seen
any of them
those
look like
people
that.
look
They
like
look
that.
horrifying. They look like Jabba the Hutt. All
That's
of
true.
them. It's a committee of Jabbas.
And there are others too that I know are familiar.
I can feel them too, but they're so devolved.
I don't
It's
know
hard
who
to.
that was.
They're just grubbing for food. They look like grubs.
That's true.
Ah, what do I know? Worms are long and thin, grubs are short and fat.
That's
Right.
true.
They look like grubs.
That makes sense.
I also see some flat worms that are long and thin, but they twist. They've got a twist. Probably what that means is they're just in the process of devolving.
That could be.
But you were listening to grubs. You were working for grubs. Is that
true.
it?
That's what it looks like. Grubs.
Mm.
I don't want to work for grubs. That's gross.
Are you sure that they're grubs? Really, really try. Or whatever grubs represent. If a good person discovered that he had been working for grubs, for bad people, in other words, what would a good person do?
Publicize the findings. Say these people are grubs.
These people are grubs.
These people are grubs.
They're just grubbing for money. They're money grubbers.
Money grubbers. That's
They're money
what it
grubbers.
is. And they're doing bad things.
Doing bad things. Money grubbers doing bad things. Money grubbers who have seized power somehow
That's true.
and are doing bad things.
And I can feel that the smaller into the subatomic physical dimension I am, the less that they can do to reach me. And I can keep saying, these people are bad people. These people are doing bad things. And they can't stop the messages from going up.
No.
These people are doing bad things. And they're in this, like, good person building. Like, greenwash designed fancy building.
Right, it's like working for Google.
That's
Nice
true.
guy washing.
Nice guy washing.
Google is part of the evil empire,
That's
and their
true.
image is that they're part of the good guys, but they're not. All you have to do is start looking at what they're really doing.
That's
They're
true.
part of the evil empire.
They're no different.
They're no different.
Except that they're
They're
pretending,
pretending to be
good
different,
guys.
which makes it even
Even
worse.
That's true.
It's almost better to just be straight up bad like Monsanto.
That's right. Be blatantly evil. Almost better. It's all bad.
It's all bad.
Live streaming way.
Clear that cavern, looking up in the rearview mirror. See if you can find the cavern way down beneath us, and our assignment is to clear the lies out of that cavern so that those people can keep digging down to truth that will propel all of us forward on our soul plans. I'm going to ask that data analyst to pull these cables. He thinks of them as threads.
That's true. Little skinny threads.
Threads of truth. He pulls them gently, and it's like bubbles of factoids come up
That's true.
that are fascinating, and he can tell it's true.
That's true. Something I missed.
Cutting off the horizontal channels. Let's just
That's
cut them
true.
off. Just cut them off.
Cut
Now with the razor, those sharp-edged razors, and even with the razor screens,
That's
for
true.
ourselves and all who wish to share in this self-care technique. Deep in the merge with everybody in the pillar, we have the right, and some might say the responsibility to tend the space and to shave off all horizontal channels. Shave off all channels that are leaving
The
the
central
search for
axis.
truth, leaving the central axis.
That's true.
Because to leave the central axis is to give our channels to presences who don't
Want to
have
know what's actually going on.
That's right.
That's true.
And why in the world would we do that? That's a way to get crazy misinformation.
That's true.
I hear the beepings of the probes.
Me too.
Aim the channels to them, way up high. They're searching for a consistent source of significantly higher vibrations. Now don't lose your downward grip.
Thank you.
Continue to draw up the lies from the smaller subatomic, and now aim them toward the probes. Here's what's going on in the smaller subatomic.
That feels
in
really good.
Our country. And what's going on in our country? Fracking, for example. Even in our state.
That's true.
Injecting toxins down deep. Yes, I see the metaphor, but it's
Yeah,
also
it's
the
true.
reality. And now what are each of us going to do to make it right? Or are we okay with poisoning the aquifer? Because that's what it looks like we're okay with. It looks like we're okay with poisoning the aquifer.
That's true.
Interesting choices. Unfortunately, they're okay with fracking everywhere.
That's true.
And all to avoid putting on solar panels. It's crazy.
Of all things.
Right. It's really, really crazy.